Hello and welcome back. Sorry it's been a while since the last video, but due to a combination of weather, getting bits and pieces and having these various bugs that are going around, I'm on my second one, well through my second one. As you can probably hear by my voice, I'm not over it yet. So if there's excessive editing in this video, you know why. I've had to stop for bouts of coughing and various things. So last time we looked at what I was going to do with the room. Most of that is pretty much done now, so I'm going to show you that. And I've also been to a local railway exhibition where I picked up one or two things, and there's a couple of other things to show you as well. So it's quite a full video one way or another. So without further ado, on with the video. So if you remember from last time, there's the door. And around here was a cabinet, and then over there was a tall cupboard, which I said I was going to cut in half, and I have indeed done that. So these are the tops now. So there's the little bit of little Diblington over there. That's just temporarily over that end. And you can see I've redone the hutch, so all my radios and everything are under there, and you can see a few familiar looking boxes under there as well, which I'll come back to later. So all that's sorted, and then underneath here, there's the cupboard. Sorry, it's not very bright under there. There's the cupboard, and I've retrieved this filing cabinet from where it was in the porch, and it just fits under there nicely. It's a bit of a mess, but I'll sort that out as and when. So that's all the worktop's done. It doesn't look like much work, but actually it's been quite a lot. I've gone with MDF just for ease, and as this is in a fairly temperature constant room, the room faces north and doesn't really get much in the way of direct sunlight, and stays fairly temperature constant all year, so I'm not too worried about that. It's also dry, obviously. So the next stage, of course, will be to put the back scenes along there, and things have changed ever so slightly in that I've now decided I'm going to do 2 tracks running parallel. So there'll be 2 tracks along the back here, right the way along, going through some kind of tunnel section and back along here, and then round the corner, and the station will be here, with the tracks then running away around there, and that leaves this area here as the heritage repair shed and a little bit of a maintenance area. So that's what I've decided to do, and there'll probably be a small incline up here, and then we'll see what happens as far as viaducts and bridges go as we go along. So that's the basic plan of the layout. And if I just pan back again, you can see that's quite a lot of room for Engage. I should be able to get quite a bit of stuff in there. So as I said, I went to the local railway show at Kendal, and before I did that I was looking on eBay, looking for various bits and pieces, as you do, and the very first thing that I saw and bought was this. It's a little bit battered, it's missing the front coupling and a screw underneath, but it's supposedly a runner. I'm not too worried about it. It's also missing the chimney at the front there. I'm not too worried about it because my thought was, if it runs great, you know, we can have a bit of fun with that. And a good little restoration project. It's DC only. This was in, I guess it's a graphite, so it's probably 90s, something like that, if I'm lucky. But if it just sits in the repair shed, it'll look pretty, and I paid the grand total of £20 for that, so I'm not complaining. It's a heavy little thing. I haven't taken it apart yet to have a look, but I'll be doing that. So that was the very first thing I bought. And then I went to Kendal Show, and I already had a bid in on eBay for something else, and one of the things I wanted to do was a heritage line. So I ended up seeing these. Now there are two brake vans, these two here, but that's no big deal. You don't have one at either end, but these are really nice carriages. Get the camera right. Nicely detailed. You can see there's tables and seating inside. Very nicely done. And the van there with the bars in the window, and again nice detail underneath, and the same again for the second one. And I paid the prince a total of £15 each for these, so I'm really pleased. It's a nice little rake of carriages that'll run on the heritage line, so I'm very, very pleased. They're in very, very good condition, and everything as it should be, so very, very much chuffed with those. But before I show you what I got to work those on, I'll show you this. The second thing I found was I wanted a DMU, and I found this. Now again, this is DC only currently, and it's not the colours I was going for, but it's in good condition, and it's a good little runner. I saw it running at the show, obviously. That's the driven van, and here's the secondary van with seating. So that could be converted, I'm sure. As I say, I didn't particularly want the British Rail colours, but it's in nice nick, and I'm very pleased with that. And I managed to pick that up second hand for 40 quid, so very pleased with that as well. So the next bid I had on was for this little beauty. Now this is obviously a Ginty, and it was advertised as new condition. Now I paid nearly as much as I would have done new for it, but I did save some on it, so that's fine, and it's in absolutely beautiful condition. As you can see, it's DCC ready. It's a lovely, lovely thing. No damage on it whatsoever. And all the little spares came with it as well. And the reason that I wanted this was because it says LMS on the side, and my wife's maiden name is LMS. It's Linda Mary. Okay, so that's absolutely brilliant. That was just a little something to be on the layout, and of course it will go really, really nicely with that rake of carriages. So very, very pleased with that. Nice little Ginty, and DCC ready. And then I went on eBay again. You really shouldn't, should you? And I saw exactly what I wanted. And what I would have bought if I hadn't have bought the other DMU, and that's this absolutely lovely thing here. It's a Class 150. It's new, old stock but new. Really nice detail on it. Not quite sure about the purple, but the detail's lovely. Right down to the doors at the back. Really, really nice. You can see it's in perfect condition. Down to the seats. And again, this is DCC ready. Sorry, just trying to get everything in the seating in there, you can see. So this is a twin decoder DMU. even the exhausts there, corner. In First Northwestern, which is absolutely fine. Came with all the bits. They're really tiny at end gauge. That looks a lot bigger on the video than it actually is, and there's the speaker fittings. So very pleased with that, and I paid the princely sum of £75 for that, brand new. I just could not resist that. So all in all, it was a really nice day. Now there's a couple of other things that I'll show you in a second. I'll just reset the camera and come back to you. So the reason I went to the Kendal show in the first place, and the reason I knew it was on, was I've been talking with an old friend of mine. He's actually somewhat younger than me, but we've known each other for quite some time through our shared hobby of amateur radio. And I mentioned I was starting the layout, and he said, "Oh, I used to do that in Engage with my dad, and Dad now has a 00 gauge. Are you going to Kendal this Saturday?" So at the time I'd never known that he was into trains. So we went to the show, the three of us, Mark, Ian, his dad, and myself, and had a wander around. In fact, it was Ian who found the DMU for me, and we had a good look round, and we were chatting, and we got back and sat down, resting my feet like you do after a show, and Mark turned up again, and he very, very kindly, with his dad, had found some bits for me. Now obviously I'm going to be DC initially because I need to run trains in anyway, so he came up with 2 of these. So there are 2 of those, one for each track. The transformer wasn't there, but that's fine. I managed to find a proper Graham Farish transformer to go with them, to run the pair of them on eBay. So that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So he's let me borrow these until I don't need them anymore, and they'll be great little controllers, and I'm looking forward to getting them online. And the other thing he brought me around was a set of track setters for Engage as well. So all in all, that was one heck of a day, and thanks very much to Ian and Mark for the loan of these. That's absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to getting the layout started now. So thanks very much indeed to Ian and Mark, and we had a great day out at Kendal. It's my first railway exhibition, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So there we are, there's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. There was certainly plenty in it, and as you can see, I've got lots and lots to do. I need to now order some track and some cork and some ballast and all the other bits and pieces that I'm going to need to get some track down, and get a couple of these trains running, and make sure the others are running okay, make sure they're all lubricated, etc. So I've plenty of stuff to be getting on with, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge. Actually, it's going to be really good. Can I just say a massive thank you to all those of you who have subscribed and viewed the first video, considering it was about very little. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by the amount of support I've received. So thanks very much, guys, and if you wish to subscribe, please do so. I'd love to have you along, and any thoughts you've got on anything I'm doing, I would dearly love to get advice and thoughts about how things should work and the best ways of doing things. So in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.